Hi fans, and welcome to the Lady Beaverbrook Gym. Apologies for the late start here on the broadcast, certainly the audio portion, at least a little technical difficulties getting underway here, and thanks to those that helped from a distance to get the stream started. We are just expiring time here in the first quarter. Ends up 19-16 for the Tommies. Glad to have you along. Little belated start here. All right, good opportunity to reset for you fans. This is the final games of the regular season for the Tommy basketball program here as they're hosting Holland College. Tommy's up 19-16 here to start quarter number 2 in about a moment's time. Tommy's coming into this one 8-9. Big win off of against 4th-ranked Mount Allison last night. Against another ranked team today, another chance to even the record as Holland College is the opposition. Holland 10-7. Tommies are locked into the 5th position in the conference. Holland has an opportunity to move up to 3rd. They need a win here and a UKC loss on Monday to give Holland 3rd in the conference. And yes, Monday, the St. John UMBSJ games just today at MSVU postponed to tomorrow. That means tomorrow's game, UKC and MSVU, postponed to Monday. So that's your schedule update as we head into ACAA championships at Holland next weekend. I'll pull up the online stats for this game and give you a recap of that first quarter. As mentioned, 19-16 STU. Holland College 16 points, coming on 7 of 18 from the field. 1 of 4 from behind the arc and 1 of 1 from the free throw line. The Tommies 19 points, coming on 7 of 23 from the field. 2 of 9 from beyond the arc and 3 of 3 from the line. Turnovers, Holland 7, Tommies 5. Rebounds, edge to Holland College, 13-10. Steals, Tommies 7, Holland 3. Individual stats for Holland, Alexa Rancourt, 4 points and 6 rebounds already for Rancourt. I'll talk about her as we go through here. McKinnon 3, Armstrong 3, Stedman 2, Driscoll 2, and Nyhouse 2 for the Tommies. It's the veteran Celine Sturkle, 10 points already. She's off to a blazing start here for the Tommies. 4 rebounds to go along with those 10 points. Charlie Connors 5, Brianna Bartley 2, and Katie Vedito 2. That catches you up. We're in play here to start quarter number 2. That's Lauren Armstrong. She keys the offense for the Hurricanes. Wears number 8. Back now for Hurricanes. That's Isa Nuffy in the 1 jersey. Armstrong there on the drive. Armstrong, Rookie of the Year last year in the ACAA. Really moved into more of a point guard role, ball handling responsibilities this year. Big change of role. And what numbers Lauren Armstrong puts up. Nearly 13 points, over 10 rebounds, and a conference leading 6.2 assists per game. That's 6.2 assists. Far and away, the conference leader is Armstrong in assists. Looking for the big target, Nyhouse underneath. Nyhouse collects off the floor and scores 2. Sarah Nyhouse out of Tasmania, Australia, the 6'5" center for the Hurricanes, average 6.5 points, 4 rebounds a game, shooting 56% from the field. There's Sturkle, who's had the hot hand for the Tommies. Around for LeBlanc, the rookie who leads the conference in 3-point shooting at 42%. Launched one there. 19-18 Hurricanes can go in front with the score on this trip. Isa Nuffy for Driscoll. Driscoll for Armstrong. Shot out of the corner for 3. A little too strong. Rebounded for Kylie Roy. Tommies, it's Roy, Vedito, Quinlan, Sturkle, and LeBlanc. That is LeBlanc, far side. Nice spin move by the rookie. Should have had two there. Tough break as it bounces off the rim. That's Armstrong who's going to go coast to coast. Look at the strength of Lauren Armstrong. Can't get the bucket to go down, and now to the front court, it's LeBlanc. LeBlanc out, trying for Sturkle. I believe that was Nyhouse that got a hand on that. Might have been Armstrong as well. There's Armstrong again, who goes coast to coast. So good at that is Lauren Armstrong. Has such strength and size at 5'10", handling the ball. 2019 Hurricanes. Nyhouse can't get that one, and Sturkle pops. And Nyhouse collects the rebound. But it's Vedito on the steal for LeBlanc for three. Paige LeBlanc nearly had the steal. Corner shot missed by Driscoll. Subs are in on both sides. In for the Hurricanes is number 13, Taylor Tomlinson. Tomlinson, first-year guard out of New Glasgow. And also in for the Hurricanes is number 4, Molly Stedman. Stedman out of Coldbrook, Nova Scotia. 5'10" and a second-year guard. That's Vedito. Bartley, Connors, and Jeffrey checked in for the Tommies. Kylie Roy and Katie Vedito round out the five. Roy might have just come on in that stoppage as well. A lot of jerseys moving in and out there. Mariam Aizanufi out of Egypt in her first year. Stops, pops, scores two, ties us at 22. Early in the second quarter. Fun contest here between potential quarterfinal foes next Friday in Charlottetown. Tommies will draw either UKC or Holland. UNBFJ will get Holland or UKC in the other quarterfinal. Mount St. Vincent and Mount A have a bye. First and second not yet determined here in the conference. MSVU, 2 games left at 13-3. Mount A has completed their season at 14-4. One MSVU win in the remaining 2 games against UNBFJ and UKC gives them first overall as they have to tie break with Mount A 2-1 in head-to-head games. Speaking of head-to-head games, these teams here have played twice already, split, each team winning at home. Most recently was before Christmas, December 2nd, in Charlottetown, where it was 69-53 Tommies. Both teams coming off a win. The Holland Hurricanes, February 17th against UKC, won at home 92-81. And of course the Tommies with the gutted out physical victory 57-46 over the 4th ranked team in the country right here last evening, Mount A. El Shanufi gives the Hurricanes a 1-point deficit at 25-24. Vedito on the steal off for Connors. Back for Vedito. Jeffrey on the drive. Couple of Tommies down. Everybody's okay. That's a head for Robin Driscoll. Driscoll for the cutting Stedman. Stedman's going to be fouled by the trailing Bartley. And that will send Molly Stedman to the line. Stedman, 8 points, 4.5 rebounds, 2 assists a game for the Hurricanes. Subs in for the Tommies, Sturkle and Kerr. Sturkle out of Moncton and Moncton High, 6'2" 2-inch center is Sturkle. And Regan Kerr, the rookie out of Leo Hayes, a 5'6" 6-inch guard. Both in for Coach Connors and the Tommies. That's Sturkle collecting the rebound. Connors is slow to get up there, and we're going to blow the play down. Charlie Connors appears to have tweaked an ankle. I think we saw this last night from Connors as well. She's going to walk this one off to the bench. And checking in will be Michaela Hansen. Hansen, first-year Tommy, second year of eligibility, played at Crandall last year out of New Maryland. Dealt with a bit of an injury in the first part of the season, has been seeing more time here in the second half. Tommies go with 10. The scratches today against Scriver and DeLorme, same as they were yesterday. And the scratch for the Hurricanes is Kira Hector of the Quispam-Sis and the KV program. There is Hansen getting the score. Armstrong gets the ball back up top. Tomlinson on the cut. Nice pass from Armstrong. And a rebound for Hansen. Couple dribbles up to Sturkle. Got a whistle on the play, and foul going on Molly Stedman. Sarah Nyhouse checks in for Molly Stedman. It's going to be the second foul on Stedman. Sturkle for 3. Too strong that time, into the hands of Armstrong. Strong lead pass for Rancourt. Rancourt up and scores 2. Alexa Rancourt, outstanding numbers this season. 16.2 points, 10.3 rebounds, and just a shade under 4 assists at 3.9. Regan Kerr answers with a spot-up 3 for the Tommies. Kerr more confident as the season has gone on here for Stu. El-Shanouffi. Rebound for Jeffrey. Jeffrey with the lay-in. Nice pass from Nyhouse inside for Armstrong for 2. 32-28 Tommies. LeBlanc got all the way to the rim, but it's El-Shanouffi there for the rejection. Long pass ahead, and Taylor Tomlinson scores 2 as the Hurricanes push the pace. Not something I expect to see a lot of out of the Hurricanes. I think they'll be selective on when they run. Their strength is in their starting 5. Not to say their bench players aren't quality, but that's where they get most of their points in scoring, so I expect they'll get the bulk of the minutes. Kylie Roy and Kathleen Quinlan check back in for the Tommies. Big shout out if you are watching along at home. And again, apologies for the late start here. We have the brilliant Bailey in for the always amazing Alice, who is ailing this afternoon. And we had just some issues getting the stream triggered. That's a bank-in three-pointer for Celine Sturkle. Soft little kiss off the window. Sturkle with a great half on the go here for the Tommies. That's Armstrong, little baseline jump shot left short. But attacking the glass is Alexa Rancourt. Rancourt highly capable on the rebounding front, as mentioned. How about these numbers for Rancourt? Second in the league at 16.2 points per game. First in rebounds at 10.3. Second in field goal percentage at 56.6. And second in assists per game at 3.9. They are the type of numbers that get you consideration for MVP. Not sure that MVP is in the works for a team that's going to finish third or fourth. It's usually someone who is, one or two on the top line from a team perspective, but certainly strong consideration for All-Star for Alexa Rancourt. And don't be surprised if there's MVP consideration there as well. Other notables for Holland College. Stedman is first in the league in field goal percentage at 57. Armstrong, first in assists at 6.2 and second in rebounds at 10-1. Armstrong also fourth in free throw shooting at 79. For the Tommies, as already mentioned, it's Paige LeBlanc, first in three-point percentage as a rookie at 42. And what a great rookie year she's had. Charlie Connors leads in free throw percentage at 86. And Celine Sturkle is fifth in points per game, just a shade under 15. And third in free throw percentage at 79. And since I didn't get a chance to say it off the top, I'll tell you right now that we're almost through the first half, the officials, Mr. Dave Gallagher, Mr. Adam Humphrey, and Miss Chantal Rochon, they are the three that have been charged with making sure all goes according to Hoyle in this one. And so far, I think they've been doing a pretty okay job. Quinlan with the putback. It bounces through. Good effort by the Tommies. They're up 5 on the number 13 in the country Hurricanes. Under a minute to go in the first half. Oh, nice pass inside. Just a little too much hot mustard on that one for Alexa Rancourt. Thought she might have got a little push from behind it, not called. It was Lauren Armstrong with a beauty feed inside. LeBlanc, a step back three. Doesn't go. Sturkle fights for the rebound. Back for LeBlanc. Tommy's possession, 30 left in the first half. Quinlan with 7 to shoot for LeBlanc. LeBlanc for Sturkle with 4 to shoot. Sturkle long three, no good. Rebound for Rancourt. 15 on the game clock here in the first half. Hurricanes can play for the last shot if they so choose. Nyhouse with 6 on the clock. El Shanufi and Rancourt. That one rimmed out. Kylie Roy pulls away the board. It's 37-32 Stu at the end of the first half. Little hectic start to this one here for us in the broadcast business at least, but we've settled into a pretty good ball game. 37-32 Tommies looking to notch their second win of the weekend against a team that's ranked in the CCAA top 15. One back for the second half in about 13 minutes. I'll give you a rundown of the stats. Holland College and the Stu Tommies locked in a battle here. The final game of the Tommies regular season. Hi fans, and welcome back to the Lady Beaver Gymnasium, where the Fredericton High School Unified Basketball team's putting on a show here at halftime of the St. Thomas Tommies women's basketball game here. It is the Tommies 37 and the Holland Hurricanes 32. First quarter, 19-16 Tommies. Second quarter, 18-16 STU, almost a carbon copy. Team stats, the Hurricanes 32 points coming on 15 of 35. That's 43% shooting, 1 of 6 from beyond the arc, 1 of 3 from the line. Hurricanes not getting to the line very much. 12 turnovers for the Hurricanes, 7 for the Tommies. The Tommies, 37 points coming on 14 of 44. That's 32% shooting, 5 of 9 from three-point land and 4 of 5 from the free throw line. Rebounds favor Holland, 24-20. Assists are close, 7-6 STU. 1 block for Holland, 11 steals versus 5 in favor of the Tommies. Bench points are close, second chance points are close, points in the paint are close. Individual stats, first for Holland. Alexa Rancourt doing Alexa Rancourt things. 8 points, 9 rebounds, and 1 assist already in the game for Rancourt. Lauren Armstrong doing Lauren Armstrong things as well. 7 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists for Armstrong. Elshanouffi with 4 points. Nyhouse, 4 points. Danielle McKinnon, 3. Stedman, Driscoll, Tomlinson, all with 2. Foul trouble for Holland. Amy Plagenhoff has 2. Molly Stedman has 2. No one else in any foul difficulty. And for the Tommies, Celine Sturkle having a really good game for the Tommies. 13 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist for Sturkle. Charlie Connors, 5 points. Katie Vedito, 4. Regan Kerr, 3. Paige LeBlanc, 3. Brianna Bartley, 2. Kathleen Quinlan, 2. Alyssa Jeffrey, 2. Michaela Hansen, 2. And Kylie Roy, 1. That is all 10 of the available Tommies on the board, if I can count it all, in this one. So the Tommies pretty spread out in terms of the scoring, with Sturkle, the veteran, having the big game. And no surprise there, as Celine Sturkle's 5th in the league in points per game at just under 15. Already has 13 on the board, so another bucket, and she'll be at her season average. Set for second half action here from the LB Gym. It will be the Hurricanes ball. And the Hurricanes will go with Plagenhoff wearing 6. Armstrong is 8. Rancourt is 9. Stedman wears 4. And hiding in the corner, I think, is number 10, Robin Driscoll. Yes, it is Robin Driscoll. That's inside for Rancourt, knocked away by the Tommies. Little change to the Tommy starting 5 here for this half, as Charlie Connors on the bench. Of course, we saw Connors with the tweak of the ankle in the first half. So it is Kylie Roy who comes in place of Charlie Connors. Sturkle with the interception, back for Sturkle. And there's Sturkle with 15. That's her average already. Still 9:44 to go in the third quarter. Sturkle, Jeffrey, LeBlanc, Roy, and Vedito for STU. Sturkle fights for the rebound with Stedman. I think Sturkle will pick up. No, she's going to get the foul on Stedman. I thought Celine was going to get the little push-away foul there, but I think that was a response to the contact, not the initial call. Vedito from the corner. Nice save for Vedito, and it's out off the Hurricanes. That release from Katie Vedito looked like it was bang on when it left the hand. Lauren Armstrong knots up the Nikes, and we're set to go. In for Vedito. Roy. LeBlanc. Back out for Jeffrey. Alyssa Jeffrey doesn't get it to go down, and it is the Hurricanes to the front court. Driscoll out of the corner. Roy. Roy or Jeffrey. It is going to be Jeffrey picking up the rebounding. Foul. Alyssa Jeffrey's first. Jeffrey, third year out of Sussex in the Sonics program and the Peter McAleenan Gymnasium. Stedman with the score inside. Hurricanes have so much length. Armstrong, Stedman, both 5'10", playing the guard position. LeBlanc with the miss. There is Stedman on the rebound ahead for Driscoll. Driscoll is going to get a foul as well. That's, I think, will be on Kylie Roy with the block. It is. Kylie, another third-year Tommy. Kylie out of St. Max, and congratulations to Dan Patterson and the St. Malachy Saints picking up the victory in the final 12 last night in Harbor Station. Win, I believe, over Harrison Tribble, if my memory serves correctly. Mr. Patterson also an official, the ACAA level. Saw St. Malachy's a few times this year. Saw them before Christmas and saw them late in the season, the FHS Black Cats' last home game before sectionals. And boy, how much that team grew over the course of the season. So great to see, and of course, Clancy, such a great player there as well. Circle now, front court. Roy on the drive, stopped by Armstrong, second attempt. We're going to shoot two. Foul's going to go on number 9. That's going to be on Rancourt. El Shanufi will come in for Stedman. That's the first foul on Alexa Rancourt. Rancourt's another 5'10" player out of Charlottetown. Correction on that last foul. It's not on number 9. It's going to go on number 8. So it's going to go on Armstrong and not Rancourt. So it's going to be the second on Armstrong. Kylie Roy makes from the line. Referee Dave Gallagher correcting that one right away. It is sometimes tough to see the jerseys and the numbers. The 8s, the 9s, the 6s, I know from doing play-by-play. They can sometimes be tough to pick up the difference. But he caught it, corrected, all good. Sturkle for Jeffrey. Nice drive by Alyssa Jeffrey, and another foul on the Hurricanes. I think this will go on Driscoll. It is Driscoll. 41-35 Tommies. They look to go back-to-back this weekend against nationally ranked teams to close out the regular season. And what a good weekend this is for the Tommies, building into the ACAs next weekend. Face this level of competition. Not that the competition is not good across the ACAA all season long, but to get two teams that are nationally ranked on a weekend you're going into ACAAs where you're going to have to play, if you want to win it, 3 days in a row. To get these teams back-to-back this weekend, just a blessing in disguise for Stu. Already full of confidence after the win last night against Mount A. I'll say it was a slugfest, and that's probably the best way to describe it. Low-scoring affair as expected, and those teams battle. Both are big, and both are physical. Sturkle from deep. One thing I will be watching for the Tommies after that game last night against Mount A, how physical it was, how the legs will be late in the game. Watch for that, see if that becomes a factor at all. But again, what great prep for next week. Just unbelievable to get this competition this weekend. Rebound for Rancourt, outside for El Shanufi. And Armstrong on the drive picks up a foul on the Tommies. I think that goes on Sturkle. I thought I heard 2-2 there. It's going to be the first on Celine Sturkle. Checking in for the Tommies. I think we have a bunch of people checking in, so I'll reset the Tommies. Kylie Roy, Katie Vedito, Paige LeBlanc, Kathleen Quindle, and Brianna Bartley. Quinlan and Bartley, at least 2 new check-ins. We're right around the 7-minute mark now of quarter number 3. As mentioned, Holland hosting ACAAs next weekend. First quarterfinal in the women's goes at 11 a.m. on Friday. The second at 1 p.m. Men's quarterfinals go at 3 and 5. And on the Saturday, 1 and 3 for the women's semis, 3 and 5, or 5 and 7 for the men's. Probably will run a little later than that as we get in later in the day. And on Sunday, 1 and 3 for the finals, women and men, respectively, in the McMillan Center for community engagement. Prince of Wales campus of Holland College. Hoping to get myself over to the island next weekend, at least for the semifinals and finals. Have such an attachment to these players, both the Tommy teams in particular, but also the teams from away that I've seen play. Their seniors play for 3, 4, 5 years. And would like to get there if I can make those things work out. We'll see. But tune in all next weekend long, ACAA TV, if you can't get to the island yourself. And speaking of getting to and from the island, the Hurricanes delayed getting here today. Not necessarily because of high winds on the bridge, but because of road conditions and visibility. A lot of blowing snow all the way from Charlottetown to Moncton. Saw a couple cars in the parking lot that looked like they had PEI license plates. And I say looked like they had PEI license plates because the whole front of the vehicle just packed with snow and ice. And certainly a beautiful day here in Fredericton. And we've been lucky to escape the worst of winter. I'll take it, not complaining, but that was the initial cause of the delay. And then we had a little technical difficulty here starting the webcast, but glad to be back fully in action. Close out the season here for the Tommies. Between games, we will have the Tommy Senior presentation for those graduating players, and there are a number of them here. I've already had a few parents come up and say hello in this broadcast. If you are out there watching along, feel free to reach out to me on Twitter or on the podcast email if you know that one. Twitter's Billsby, BILLSBY, Twitter or X, whatever that is. Also comment on the YouTube stream. I sometimes can pick those up. Sometimes I have a bit of a hard time with that here on my phone due to the amount of metal that's around me here in the building. Don't get great coverage on YouTube, but can get messages usually a little easier. And the podcast email, latescratches@outlook.com. Late Scratches, feel free to hit that up if you like to say hi from wherever you're watching. Could have folks from around the world in this one, as the Hurricanes definitely have an international flavor with El Shanoufi from Egypt and Nyhouse, who's on the floor now, from Tasmania, Australia. And Lauren Armstrong, also Australian, from Canberra. Three-pointer made, Brianna Bartley. Tommies push the lead to 8 on the Hurricanes. Rancourt loses it out of bounds. Lynn Sturkle will check back in for Stu. Tommies are putting back-to-back strong efforts together here. As I mentioned in last night's game, spoke to Coach Compass just prior to last night's contest. And he said, hey, we're like the Mighty Ducks. We might be down in the standings, but we're set to go here. Showed it last night against Mount A, showing again here against a tough Hurricanes team. Men's action coming up following this one. Same schools, of course. Always entertaining. Coach Kendrick in the men's Hurricane program. That's going to be a foul on Rancourt as Jeffrey is on the drive for the Tommies. Alyssa Jeffrey, 65% free throw shooter for STU. First one down for Jeffrey. Second one's for a 10-point lead. Rancourt to the corner. Nice drive by the Hurricanes. Plagenhoff. Plagenhoff, third in the conference at 15-6 a game. Quiet thus far, haven't said that name a lot. Little drag of the pivot foot for Sturkle. Long head pass from Armstrong led to the entry to Nyhouse. Nyhouse fouled by Sturkle. That will be the second on Sturkle. Timeout taken by the Tommies. The Tommies up 10, 49-39. Armstrong, the leading scorer for the Hurricanes at 11. Rancourt has 8 and 10 rebounds. Plagenhoff yet to get on the scoreboard, 0 for 6 in this contest. Tommy's doing a great job shutting down the third leading scorer in the conference. For the Tommies, it's Sturkle with the game high 15. That's her normal average here. Also adds 8 rebounds. Which is a couple over the average for Sturkle in terms of the rebound. Bartley has 6, Jeffrey 6. They are next up for the Tommies in a balanced attack, who've seen 10 players hit the scoreboard here amongst their 49 points. Tommies winning this quarter 12-7. And it'll be Sarah Nyhouse on the line. Nyhouse, 6.5 points, 4 rebounds. Almost a 70% free throw shooter. Probably will be now after that one trickles through. Doesn't take much to move the percentages a couple points. And a couple points back the other way, maybe. Kerr, little jab step. Post pass entry for Bartley. Back out for Sturkle. So then Sturkle score. Inside, mid-range, and deep. She's a 3-level scorer for the Tommies. Very calm finish on the jump shot there. Sturkle tries to deny Nyhouse. Nyhouse just too long, but can't get the shot to go. Hurricanes on the offensive board, down 11. Pass to the corner. Tomlinson leaves that one short, and again it's the Hurricanes crashing the glass. Tomlinson again can't get it to go. Some great looks, that possession for the Hurricanes. You'll take those, but you just hope one goes in. Talking about one going in, there's Brianna Bartley out of Woodstock. Maybe Bartley's best scoring game as a Tommy. I think that gives Bartley 9, if I remember what I just read correctly. El Shanouffi from about 15 feet on the baseline. Hansen with the fake 14-footer. Tommy's playing with great confidence here. Tommy Bent's up and positive. going to be a reach in on Kerr, and this, for the most part, is a pretty young Tommy team. So we'll see in the senior ceremony. I think we're only looking at Celine Sturkel as a graduate this year. And that bodes well for the Tommies as next year, just announced this week, CCAA Nationals right here in Fredericton next March around the 10th. Check the CCAA.ca website for that announcement. Book your time off. Plan to be here if you're a basketball fan. Men, women, regardless, get yourself here for next March. CCAA National is going to be a blast. Probably going to be across the parking lot in the Curry Center, but we'll see. Tommy's over the limit on that last foul, so we're going to shoot. It'll be Alexa Rancourt on the line. Hurricanes will take all they can get with the clock stopped as they're down worse 14, now 13, as Rancourt makes that one. Rancourt, a 55% free throw shooter. A little higher now with a couple makes. Stedman with the length and the interception for Armstrong, who's going to reset, run offense, and get the shot that they're looking for here. Rancourt, they'll take that one. Going to be Rancourt fouled by Roy. And we'll shoot two. A lot of body on that release. Foul actually is going to go on Quinlan, number 6. I thought it was Roy with the contact there. Must need to get my eyes checked maybe. So take away by the Hurricanes, down 10. They would love to have this single digits going into the fourth. Armstrong. Power step, Rancourt. What a move and finish for Alexa Rancourt. Pass a little too strong for Quinlan, cutting on the baseline. Hurricanes have it at 8. It can get it lower with a score. And they go right back to Rancourt, who finds Armstrong, who drives in for two. Dynamic duo for the Hurricanes. Has the lead down to 6. Bartley, Roy, Quinlan, LeBlanc. Vedito for 3. Katie Vedito tickles the twine for a triple. Rancourt, Stedman, and Armstrong. 3 to shoot. Armstrong hands off to Stedman. That would have been a shot clock violation, but the Tommies took it away up 9. Final minute of play, Q3. Pass led Bartley just a little too much in the post. Angle just a little flat, maybe on the entry. El Shanouffi uses a Rancourt screen, launches from deep. Rebound for Roy, out for Vedito. Cross court for Quinlan, who has LeBlanc running to the corner. Tommy's reset, Bartley launches again! Tomlinson looking to the post, intercepted by Quinlan. Good defense there from the Pepper Pot from Holy Heart. That ends the third quarter. Tommies 62, Hurricanes 50. Good response from the Tommies after the Hurricanes cut it, I think, all the way to 6. Run down the stats here between quarters. Tommies take that quarter 25-18. That's the Tommies' best scoring quarter of the game. The Hurricanes 50 points on 20 of 54 shooting. That's 37%. That's pretty good. Only 1 of 11 from behind the arc. That's not so great. 9 of 13 from the free throw line. Turned the ball over 18 times to the Tommies, 13 as well. The Tommies 62 points, 21 of 63. That's 33%. That's actually less than the Hurricanes are shooting. But the Tommies 9 of 30 for 30% from behind the arc. 11 of 13 from the free throw line for 85%. Rebounds, +7 for the Hurricanes. Assists, +5 for STU. Steals, the Tommies 16, the Hurricanes 7. And individual stats for Holland. Alexa Rancourt, 14 points and 10 rebounds. Just 2 points shy of her season points average and right on the rebounding average already for Rancourt. Has 1 assist as well. Lauren Armstrong, 13 points, 5 rebounds. Mariam El-Shanoufi with 6 points and 7 boards. Sarah Nyhouse, 5 and 5. Stedman, 4 points. McKinnon and Driscoll each with 3 points. Tomlinson, 2. For the Tommies, it's Sturkle with 17 and 8 rebounds. Bartley has 12 points, including 3 of 3 from beyond the arc. Katie Vedito with 7. Alyssa Jeffrey with 6. Charlie Connors, 5. Hanson, 4. Roy, Kerr, and LeBlanc each 3, and Quinlan, 2. Bartley for Roy. El-Shanoufi. Back for Plagenhoff. See if the Hurricanes look to get Plagenhoff going here in this quarter. Inside for Rancourt, who scores for the Hurricanes. Pressure now from Holland, and there's a takeaway. Stedman on the drive and score. First 6 points of the quarter go to Holland. Back to a 6-point game. That's going to be backcourt. So Lynn Sturkle quickly off the bench for STU, as is Alyssa Jeffrey. They'll be in for Roy and Quinlan. Holland College ball again. Good run here to start Q4 from Holland. First 6 points. Jump ball as Bartley gets the tie up with Rancourt. Tommy possession. Good tie up for Bartley. Tommy's long pass for Bartley. Bartley dribble to the corner, pick it up. Tough spot to pick the ball up, but finds Jeffrey. 7 to shoot. LeBlanc for Sturkle. Sturkle back for Jeffrey for 3. Pot of gold at the end of that rainbow for Alyssa Jeffrey. Rancourt dribbles in. Shot off the rim, rebound Sturkle. Tommies by 9 as LeBlanc launches one. Rancourt gets out the Windex, wipes the board again for another rebound. Lead pass just a little too strong. Lauren Armstrong back in for Holland. 9-point game. Jeffrey again with the deep shot. Tommies by 12. Vedito, too strong into the hands of Sturkle. Sturkle puts it back up and scores 2. Tommies by 14. Remember, folks, the Hurricanes lose here today. They will be in the 4th position taking on these 5th place Tommies on Friday in the quarterfinals. And the way the Tommies are playing right now, would you want to draw Stu in the first round? No thanks. Might be the toughest team in 5th in a number of years would be the Tommies. The way they're going right now, what a tough out they will be next weekend. Don't have to squint your eyes too very much to see them advancing. Wins over the team that was number 1 in the conference coming in last night in Mount A. And number 4 in the country. And now, 13 up with 6:40 to go on the number 13 in the country in Holland College. A great weekend it would be to see the Tommies, from a Tommies perspective, to get 2 wins over ranked teams, 3 to shoot. Hansen for Quinlan. Quinlan couldn't beat the shot clock buzzer there. We blow that one down. Oh, Plagenhoff with a pretty move. Let's see if that one gets Plagenhoff started here for the Hurricanes. Dandy little scoop shot. Hansen off the heel of the rim, rebound. Off to Stedman. That is Danielle McKinnon. Plagenhoff again. Oh, it did get Plagenhoff started. 8-point game, 70-62 in favor of the Tommies. Hansen looking for Sturkle. Plagenhoff with a kick there. Vedito, Quinlan, Hansen. Back for Kerr. Tommy's working around the outside. Vedito, a deep 3. Hansen fights for the rebound, but it's Lauren Armstrong in control. Nyhouse on the run has size. Regan Kerr picks up a foul against Lauren Armstrong. Armstrong is a tough match for any of the Tommies. And I haven't said it already, Lauren Armstrong, right from the first time I saw her last year, one of my favorite players to watch in the ACAA. If I'm allowed to have favorite players here on opposing teams. Such a tough individual and such a well-rounded game. As say to roll completely different this year. Much more of a ball handler, as Quinlan with the steal from Armstrong that time, and Quinlan will go to the line. Shout out to the folks who I'm sure are watching along from St. John's today. Wasn't able to check in on your weather, but I hope things are unthawing. As mentioned, we're pretty lucky here. Warm day yesterday, and I want to say there's almost as much grass showing as there is snow buildup. Cold tonight, but then above average temperatures ahead for the next week or so. We could still get hammered with a big storm in March, but take what we've got. 8-point game, Hurricanes to the front court. Nyhouse, you can see over top of everyone. Sends that for Stedman, and Quinlan with a little hip check on Molly Stedman. trying to intercept the pass. Rancourt will check in. This will be for Plagenhoff. Again, reminder, stick around after this one. It will be the seniors ceremony. We'll keep that right here for the seniors ceremony. And then through the magic that Mr. Moffat may have to do at a distance to get our stream going again, we'll get the men's stream up and running. Armstrong, a little miss from 15. And it's over for Quinlan. Hansen, Roy, Sturkle. Inside for Kerr. Back for Roy, who launches a three. Rebound Armstrong, foul called on Regan Kerr on the rebound action. Just about to say, you look at this lineup for the Tommies. Roy came off the bench to start the game. Really 4 bench players in there with Sturkle for Stu. Confidence of Coach Connors. And we haven't seen Charlie Connors this half after the ankle tweak. I think we had an ankle tweak last night and then again here in the first half for Charlie. So I'm sure we won't see her the rest of the way if we haven't seen her already. Let's hope that that's not anything at all serious and impacting Charlie's ability to play in the ACAAs next weekend and prepare for the ACAAs next weekend. Connors, a great sophomore season. Just under 10 points, 6.5 rebounds. Those 6.5 rebounds are team leading for Stu. And one of the best free throw shooters in the conference. In fact, I think conference leading. Yes, conference leading from the free throw line. 4:05 to go here in the fourth. So when this one wraps up, regardless of how it goes, I'll give you a rundown of the stats as we get ready for the seniors ceremony. And I'm not sure how much of that I'll be able to hear, so I'll give you my own little play-by-play of the ceremony as well, and some thoughts that I have for the seniors. Nyhouse with the pass from Armstrong. Nice finish by Sarah Nyhouse. A really nice assist from Lauren Armstrong, recognizing the size mismatch right away for Nyhouse. Nyhouse shoot over top of any of the Tommies that are on the court right now. Benito for Hansen. Rebound Armstrong, good screen. Nice pass inside for Rancourt. Nyhouse again. Left that one just short. Rancourt and Roy fighting for the rebound. It's going to be Tommy ball out off of Rancourt. Coach Connor saying, hey, that was just a foul at the other end on us fighting for the ball and the rebound. Why isn't a foul here? Down to 3:10 to go here in this one. Pretty fast-moving affair. If you are tuning in now, sort of looking for the start of the men's game, it'll be at least a half hour away. We've got some time left in this one, then the senior ceremony and the men's warm-up. We were behind schedule to start out today due to the Hurricanes being delayed by weather in their drive over. Was told they were down to 30, 40 kilometers an hour for most of the way between Charlottetown and Moncton, and then when things opened up on the highway, it got a bit better, so little delay starting, and of course we had a minor little technical issue off the top here as well. Got that straightened around, and we have the brilliant Bailey Andrews in for the always amazing but ailing Alice today. And as usual, I'm Bill Gibson. I've been pleased to bring you the Tommy action all season long. And after a furious February, where it seems like I was running somewhere nearly every day and in a couple places, couple days, different locations even, covering action. It's coming to a pretty quick halt here. And these will be my last calls that I have on my schedule right now. Never know where I'll get some fill-in action, but women's game, men's game, and my season comes to an end as well. Stedman, no spin on the ball, but it goes through. Timeout Coach Connors and the Tommies with 2:47 to play in a 6-point game, 72-66. Timeout, Tommies. Coach Connolly gathers the coaching staff to talk about this one before they go into the huddle. Coach Connors already has the marker out, diagramming what looks to be possibly a press break here. It's to be going the whole length of the court. That's usually the diagram. Or it could be a press being diagrammed as well, but would think it's a press break. Be pretty sure. Well, we can see Holland coming with pressure, looking to get extra possessions here, down 6. Good crowd on hand for this one as well. Of course, all kinds of basketball action happening around the city, around the province, around the region. There's tons of youth basketball. This is happening. The Final 12 is happening. The AUS Championships are in Halifax this weekend. Tommy's beat the press. Vedito maybe a little too quick of a shot after beating the press. And we're back the other way, but it is the Tommies and Paige LeBlanc controlling the rebound. LeBlanc, a quiet scoring afternoon thus far, but steps back there and makes a triple. Might be the biggest shot of the afternoon for the Tommies. So Lynn Sturkle will check back in with 2:12 to go. Trying to answer for the Hurricanes was Plagenhoff. Instead, it's Quinlan on the rebound. Coach Connolly was looking for a backcourt there as Quinlan had, I think, 1 foot over the center line. I'm not sure she established that in the front court or not. Turnover given regardless in a 9-point game. Ball over to the Hurricanes. Armstrong will inbound against Bartley. Armstrong, Stedman, Rancourt, El Shanufi. And I think it's Driscoll in the corner again. It usually is when I can't see who's down there. There is Armstrong on the drive, gets lots of contact. And this is going to go on Alyssa Jeffrey, I believe. It is going to go on Jeffrey. That's a strong take from Lauren Armstrong. Coach Connor says, hey, I thought that might have been a charge. Officials say, no, it was a whack on the arm. At least with a chopping motion there. I think that's what they're saying. Of course, I'm 75 feet away, maybe more than that. Here in my privileged perch in the pit. Sturkle to the front court for LeBlanc, who just made the big three. Drives there, can't get it to go down. There's a Hurricane on the floor, but it's Armstrong on the rebound. Finds Plagenhoff, who has gotten up and now off to Armstrong. 68-75. That's a 7-point game, 1:23 to go. And travel called on the Hurricanes. Ball over the Tommies. You're going to see the best pressure that the Hurricanes have right now. Foul called on the Hurricanes. The Hurricanes don't like it. It's going to be on Armstrong. Armstrong not saying much, but you can tell by the body language, Lauren Armstrong doesn't think that was a foul either. Into the post, catch for Sturkle, now outside. Bartley, 1:10 to go for Sturkle. Oh, that would have been a tough one to overcome for the Hurricanes with that one down for Sturkle. Instead, we're in a 7-point game with a minute to go. There's hope for the Hurricanes against what is looking more and more like might be their opening round playoff opponent. Offensive foul called on Holland. A loss here for the Hurricanes puts them in 4th. That will guarantee them, Stu, they're in 4th right now. They would have had to win here and have UKC lose in order to get up to 3rd. So a win here wouldn't have guaranteed them anything, but a loss leaves them where they are right now in 4th, and that would mean they're not able to come back in this one. They would be 10-8. The Tommies would be 9-9, and having just knocked off 2 ranked teams going into next weekend's matchup. Still 42 to play. Still to hope for the Hurricanes, but not with that. That's a turnover back to the Tommies. And this is a good offensive output for the Tommies as well at 75 points. They usually only average 65, 64-6 in fact. Sturkle will go to the line to shoot 2. No, it's going to be a foul on Sturkle, pardon me. We'll send the Hurricanes to the line. It'll be the 3rd on Sturkle. Big miss there from Plagenhoff. Hurricanes needed the points with the clock stopped. Down 7. Miss on the second as well. The Tommies rebound. Sturkle. And now Jeffrey fouled by Plagenhoff as the Hurricanes give the foul, trying to extend the game out, give themselves a chance. Reminder coming up, the seniors ceremony for the Tommy women and men, followed by the Tommy men contest. Driscoll checks in for Nyhouse. So you see the Hurricanes coming now with their best 3-point shooters, almost certainly, as Jeffrey goes to the line. Nice make there for Jeffrey. And great to see. It was a beauty day in St. John's as well. Thanks for checking in from the St. John's crew. Timeout taken on the court. And thank you for the check-in, Mr. Moffat. We will keep the live stream going here for the women's, after the women's game for the grad ceremony. Not sure if you're listening out there, but appreciate that and your assistance here today from a distance, making sure we could get up and running. .4 on the game clock. Holland does have the edge this quarter, 18-14 on the Tommies. Still down by 8. They need scores here. Final 30 seconds of play. Plagenhoff can't get one, but it's Rancourt on the rebound. Good defense by LeBlanc, and LeBlanc takes the ball away. Another foul given by the Hurricanes. And again, the foul as they try to lengthen the game. Called last night's win by the Tommies over Mount A, a signature win. This one on the comeback a day later. Keep playing against quality opposition. As I said, what a good setup for next weekend for the Tommies this is. 2 ranked teams in your own gym, and you'll come out with 2 victories. Will stir up the opposition and stir up the national rankings, I'm sure, as the ACAA teams will see a little shuffle around, undoubtedly. Celine Sturkle will dribble it out as the Tommies 77 and the Hurricanes 68. That'll do it here for this one. As I mentioned, we'll stay right here for the seniors ceremony and the player of the game. Player of the game to me for the STU Tommies has got to be Sturkle. So it's 18-15 for the Hurricanes in the final quarter. The Hurricanes 68 points coming on 27 of 71 shooting for 38%. 2 of 15 from beyond the arc, 12 of 19 from the line. The Tommies 77 on 26 of 79. That's 33%. 12 of 38 from deep. Tommies have really embraced the three-point ball later in the season here and made that at a 32% clip. 13 of 19 from the free throw line. Rebounding went in favor of Holland, 47-36. Individual stats. The leaders for Holland College, Rancourt. Another great game for Rancourt. 18 points, 15 rebounds. And Lauren Armstrong, 16 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists. What an amazing game from Rancourt and Armstrong as well. Plagenhoff, among the league leaders in scoring, only with 5. And they all came in a big burst all at once for Plagenhoff. For the Tommies, it was Sturkle who just picked up player of the game. 19 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists for Celine Sturkle. Alyssa Jeffrey with 14. It's a big number for Jeffrey. Brianna Bartley with 12. 3 for 3 from deep for Bartley. Vidito 7. And all 10 of the Tommies that played got on the scoreboard. So that does it for the game. We'll now have the seniors ceremony, the Tommy men and women. And there's a number of things being pulled out there on the table. So we'll have, I'm sure, the women's presentation first with some paraphernalia to give out to the players. Thank them for their time in the Tommy Green. And I don't have the script, so I can't read along with what's being said. And, of course, it will be ad lib anyway from the coaches here as Coach Connors gets the mic to do presentations. Coach Connors calls on Emma Connors, who I believe is graduating STU this year, but had a knee injury prevented playing and joined the bench, I believe, in a manager role. Quasi-assistant coach as well for Emma, I will say. I don't think officially a title of an assistant coach, but I know provided me with a lot of information throughout the season in terms of status of players before games. And now the assistant coaching crew officially joining Coach Connors. The senior Celine Sturkle, a multi-talented scorer, is Celine, and sad to see Celine, happy to see Celine graduating, but sad that I don't get to watch Celine play in Tommy Green after this season. Celine, of course, overcame a knee injury. Come back last year after a couple years ago getting injured at Mount A. Took her out for just about a year of action, and just an absolute gem of a human being, and an absolute gym rat as well as Celine, and I use that in the most flattering way. Works with youth basketball in the Moncton area. Wish I could hear or the words better here to relay them along to you, but can't quite hear what they are. Photo with the jersey now for Celine. And a class move here by the Holland Hurricanes to stay along the free throw line, to stay for the ceremony. They could have easily decided to not stay for this, but nice touch of class here from the Hurricanes and Coach Connolly. And now Coach Hickey for the men's presentations. Looks like we've got 4 there for the men. And I can bet that Coach Hickey will not have lengthy speeches for the floor for Tommies, as or there for as Coach Connors had for Celine. Ted Braden among the Tommy seniors being recognized. Braden picked up the Francis Farrington Award last evening here for STU. And Ted Braden with an amazing matchup, amazing game here last night against Mount A. Really one of the keys to the victory for the Tommies, or his efforts. Ted, who took atmospheric physics, UNB, while taking a Tommy course load as well when he was here previously, here at Algonquin. And back this year, I believe, in education for STU. Will be undoubtedly a fine educator. This is a quality individual. Yeah, unquestionably, Ted, one of the toughest guys on the team on the court. It's a guy who could get some consideration for Defensive Player of the Year. Put Chase Tynes at MSVU in that category as well. Of course, Tynes could get some consideration for Player of the Year. Presentation of the Coach Connor. A few thoughts of my own for all the seniors on this ceremony. I'd like to say it's been a privilege of mine and a pleasure to narrate your time as a Tommy. I recognize, as I'm sure you may find, transition from a varsity athlete may not be always easy as you move forward. 3 hopes for your future. First, I hope you stay involved in sport. So many opportunities to be involved, from playing, coaching, officiating, and supporting. When time is right for you, I hope you see that each opportunity has potential to bring you fulfillment. Second, hope you see the skills and character you have built as an athlete are as valuable in life as they are on the court for you. Hard work, resiliency, communication, the ability to be a good teammate, apply universally, workplace, or in your relationships. And third, I hope you find success. Life can be challenging at times. The world's full of opportunities for you to pursue. Pursue them with the same passion you brought to the green and gold. And finally, remember, once a Tommy, always a Tommy. We have a network of relationships, including STU alumni and supporters, always ready to help you and on your journey. Don't be shy to tap into that potential. Best of luck to you all in your futures. And of course, I would say the same to the opposing players graduating as well. Met so many from visiting teams and developed a relationship, parents, players from afar, and a number of them graduating this year, and wish them all success. Of course, can't always say that they were once a Tommy, always a Tommy, but have their own networks within their own schools for support. Coach Hickey, again talking here about Zach Votor, hard worker out of Ecole St. Anne. And hey, how about Ecole St. Anne into the final 12? Played this evening. In fact, the last game of the final 12 will be the AA boys. Zach Votor on the coaching staff there at Ecole St. Anne has helped out a lot. And Votor, his time as a Tommy, being recognized here by Coach John Hickey. In the white number 7 jersey. Harrison Florian out of Leo Hayes on Fredericton's north side. Harrison, a hard worker, started with the Tommies before Coach Hickey arrived. Left the program, came back. Sure, at the urging of Coach Hickey. Certainly enjoyed my interactions with Harrison over the course of his time here as a Tommy. And I believe the last time I talked to Harrison about his future goals, I think he was aiming to be a firefighter in the future. One more Tommy to be recognized here will be Jeffrey Lavoie. Lavoie, two-time. I believe there's only one more to be recognized, if I know the Tommy roster. Needs to be two more plaques down there on the table. Maybe I'm missing somebody who's graduating. Here is Jeff Lavoie, two-time ACAA All-Star, two-time CCAA team member for Lavoie. That's a goal second there, Patrice Deloge in Ottawa. Always have to get that in for Jeff. I'm sure I'll get that in the men's game coming up here. Had Jeff on the podcast to start off the year along with Kylie Roy. So we had a chat on the Tommy's Outlook. Great to get to know Jeff a little bit and whatnot through that, and got to know Jeff's family from a distance, and Jeff's father, who's down there with Jeff right now, up for a visit here earlier today. And we'll continue watching the Tommys in the future as we move forward. Jeff, one of the outstanding all-time Tommies in my view. Fairly decorated player here with the Tommies. And that'll do it for the ceremony again. Thanks for the Hurricanes and the class move to stay around and watch the Tommies be recognized. Not easy to do. And certainly the Hurricanes didn't have to do that, did that by choice. So that'll do it here for the senior ceremony. Got 20 minutes on the clock. We're going to switch over. Mr. Moffat, if you're watching along, I'm going to end up here right now, and you can do the switch over for everyone here at St. Thomas. Thanks for watching the women's game. It's the Tommies going into the ACA playoffs next weekend at Holland with momentum. Victory last night over Mount A. Ranked 4 in the country. Victory today over